can tell when like a day I don't read my Bible or something like that. Cook. Oh my God. I mean, maybe not that day, but if I don't like 2-3 days, it's something gonna just
and so quick. Like the flesh just rises up so quick, and it's like, bro, I could have been reading my Bible for a whole month straight, but I didn't do it for 3 days, and now I'm road rage. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like the flesh, you always got to keep it in check. You know what I'm saying? You always have to try your best to keep it in check. But thankfully, I have Jesus that can fight those things.
Do you know, like, is it just me? It just be certain little things, and I just be like, dang. So when coach would be like, I'm just a girl, I just be wanting to say I'm just a girl. I'm like, I'm just a girl, but then the husband like, you're not. You're chosen right here. You're you are not just a girl.
So bad. I said it all the time. You know, I think my connotation is just like, I'm literally just a teenage girl.
Like, I know I'm 32, but God, I'm still literally 18. Like,
and I really think my connotation is like, God, you're God. I'm just a girl. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Right. You got this. I'm not saying it in a way to be immature and toxic. It's just more like, I'm literally just a girl. Like, I know my license is 32, but I promise you, I swear I'm still like 10. Sometimes I'm just a girl.
All right, so this is about to be our. We're gonna talk about this one thing. Then we're gonna go for it.
So people want to know: are you single? Are you dating? Are you are you waiting to be found?
Where are you?
Wow. Am I single? Yes, I'm single, girl. I am single. I have friends.
Oh,
I have friends. I have a really good friend. But I think
not Jesus. You mean another? Not
no, Jesus is always my friend. But I just think for me, I had to come to realize I was in a relationship where it was just really traumatic, but I had to take my part in the ways that in the bitterness that I held towards just men, because I think men haven't always been the best in my life. And so sometimes I felt like I was a little bitter and hard to deal with in certain circumstances. And so I think for me, being friends of males where there's no deeper incentive is healing for me before I get romantic. Not to say I'm not waiting to be found, because I am.
Yeah.
I'm going to get engaged in 2026, and that's on record. No, in the 26 or 2027. Engaged. A boyfriend, whatever. But I feel there's still some wounds, and I don't want to prematurely move when God is trying to move in that area.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. She said she want a ring on her finger, her eggs cracked. What?
Change name, eggs cracked. Okay. 2 babies max, nothing more. Okay, because I'm in my 30s and I'm not about to be an old mom. Okay, I mean I'm already kind of, but you know.
All right, this segment is called Red Flags. This is red. I don't have a red flag. I'm just credited. That's all that matters. So when I say something and it's a red flag, you wait. Okay. What you want to talk about? Relationships? You want to talk about being on the road? You want to talk about entrepreneurship? Which one you talking about? You know what, you choose. Whatever you want to. I bet. Ooh. Can you pick me up in your car? Can I pick? If he asks, is that a red flag?
Yes.
Not like a bad red flag, but it's like a red. Because you didn't do it violently, so the intensity matters. Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Like
first date. I think it's the reason. Coffee or a bookstore. Are you gonna know? Oh my God, yes. I love coffee. Coffee is smart. If you hear me talk about coffee and you take me to the coffee shop, I'll probably be very ready. Yeah. Like, you want to marry her. Coffee and books. Okay. Yeah. Love it. 50-50.
You know, I don't think this is a red flag. I think that a lot of our favorites that have been married for years had to do 50-50. Like Kevin on stage talked about when he got married, he was barely making it. His wife, it was a season baby. His wife had to carry him. He carried her.
See, and that's why it's important to have these conversations, because
I don't think relationships are ever 50-50. Somebody's always going to have to get. You know what I'm saying? And then there's times where it is 50-50, where it's like, you hold this down, I hold this down. I just think it depends on what works for you and your relationship, and the heart intent. Like, if you're just,
just you spending your money out. Like, I'm not talking about any kind of toxic thing, but I do think sometimes to make a marriage work, there's seasons, there's highs, there's lows, and I'm not ever gonna. My husband is great, and he loses his job, and I'm like, we ain't really fit. Like, that's like. Come on, man. Are we married or are we not? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Come on now.
I see the last one. Don't believe in God.
Bruh. Yeah, I'm about to make it. Come on now. That's not even a conversation. What?
Alright. This last one.
My daddy is a whole pastor.
Oh, PK.
Like, what?
PK. He will look at you like, get out of my house. Like, please, no. Not Jennings, not Dr. Jennings. No.
You gonna come up there with some holy oil and
What? He's a whole teacher, like a seminary teacher.
Yeah, the last couple moments you went to seminary school. How does that play in your whole role and everything that you've been through?
Man, it has been literally like the foundation, I will say. I would say the journey started before seminary when I went to it's this church called Shiloh, and we did this thing called School of Leadership. That was like a 8-month program, and we were like no dating, no. It was just like a whole like it felt like a consecration period.
Yeah.
But you took classes and everything, and that's when I fell in love with like studying scripture and learning about the Greek and the Hebrew. I'm like the concordance, and I'm like, no, it's something about this that I really, really like. Because all I was doing was singing. I sang R&B. That's all I thought I would ever be. And then like they would have us do like sermonettes and how to put together a sermon, and like it was just this fire in my bones where they're like, sis, I know you sing, but it's something else here. And it's like, oh no, I'm running. And then my dad was like, hey, seminary's open if you want to do it. And I just was like, and then I took the first class and I was like, love it. And I love this seminary because I just think it is, oh my God, it is amazing. It is like, it just almost breaks you down and everything you thought you knew and it builds you back up. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, you come in there thinking you don't know what you like. It's so many times people take things out of context. Sometimes people preach things. We believe certain things that are just like, did the word really say that? And I loved it too because I really found that the Lord, I love the way the Lord loved on women biblically. And I think sometimes the way that scripture can be taught could be a tad bit misogynist. And that might be a thing, but I feel like
or out of historical context. Like,
yes, for sure. For sure. And they turn it like, not because the word is misogynist, because I feel like sometimes people who get a hold of it and it's like, I'm the man and I'm the head, and I kind of struggle with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I went through domestic violence when I first came here, and that just changed. That broke me. That broke my heart. And I just felt like, well, dang, God, like, do you even like, did you see me? Do you rock with women? Do people just get away with this? And so I think coming in with all that brokenness and seeing all the ways that the Lord highlighted women in scripture and their power and their role, and even what a helpmate is, and the Hebrew of it. And I was just like, man, like, it just really solidified me as a woman. And I feel like that is the center of me as an artist, me as a daughter, me as a sister, is me as a woman, me as a daughter. I gotta believe that daddy loves me before I can even go about his purpose. Because if I believe that I must serve a misogynist God, it's going to bleed out. And I think a lot of people struggle with that. They may not talk about it, they may not be honest, but they feel like a woman is under and she's this and she cooks the eggs and there's nothing wrong with having children and being a family woman. But I think that women are so much more powerful and chosen by God than what we even know. And so going to that school taught by men who were able to preach that to me was just like powerful. After what
that was orchestrated by God.
Man,
that was orchestrated by
oh
God.
my God. And your daddy being a part of it, it's just like, it was so much God in there. I wish I'll be here for 2 hours telling you all that God did in that season. So yeah.
Well, I want you to look to the camera. This is called Heart to Heart. You can do say a motivational speech to the people or whatever. The people that are talk to people whoever you want to talk to. This is your time right now.
What can I say? I am a yapper, but sometimes I just get shy. Man,
to the girls that are broken.
To the girls that are broken, is that I just think that you're seen. I know that sounds like everybody says that, but I just think that you're seen more than you know. And I think also your pain is valid. Sometimes I feel like we do this thing called spiritual bypassing where it's like somebody will be like, oh, well, this happened to me, or I have church hurt, or I was abused, or I was manipulated, or, I was blessed, whatever the case may be. And it's like, well, girl, you got to forgive and go straight to scripture. And it's like, but what I learned from God is that he holds place not just for the divine and for his divine healing in scripture, but he holds place for your humanity. And there's a lot of biblical characters that show that. Like God held space for David's humanity. A lot of the Psalms are like, David's mad, he's angry, he's sad, he's like cussing back then, like he's doing all of this different stuff because of what God called him to do. And the journey is not always easy. We live in a sin-filled world where sometimes bad things just happen and you didn't do nothing to do, like it just happens. And the enemy is the enemy. And I think sometimes we think we did something, or we think that God doesn't see us, but it's like God sees everything. He will defend you. He will fight for you, but also he sees you and he leaves place for humanity. And don't rush the healing. Like if you feel angry today, if you feel sad, if you feel broken, like take all of that to Christ authentically and honestly and watch the way he heals you. So I think that's what I would say. Yeah.
Well, wow.
Sorry. I didn't mean it.
Well, thank you for having me, sister. Man, this is Toy Love.
This is
Chastity. And you don't gotta do my government. People be like, Chastity hits it.
This is Chaz.
You can Chastity.
And this is Heart to Heart. You gotta do the heart.